These rocking chairs are great. They're super comfortable. They're still stiff and hard, but the way they contour is very good. They rock really nice, and they have like a 40-year warranty. The only issue I have is when I'm here, I really don't have any place to put my drink, and if I set it here, it's okay, but if we've got the fire going, the fire is so hot that pretty soon you can't hold your drink. So the only thing it's missing is a nice little side table to set my goodies on. So today, we're going to fix that problem. So this is the new end table that we are putting together from Leisure Line. We've had the rocking chairs for a year. They've held up really well. So what we're doing today is putting together these end tables. And the cool thing is they're actually pretty stout too. They're fairly heavy, which is nice because if you have a thunderstorm, you know, a lot of wind, that type of thing, a lot of times I have to go out and I have to tip everything over so it won't blow around. But these are actually heavy enough. I don't think they'll blow around too much. And if they do, if the thunderstorm's that heavy, then we're in trouble anyway. And we have some videos available for you to watch. I'm putting together the rocking chairs and also the Adirondack chairs. And there are some neat little tips and tricks. And even with this end table, I'll say actually the end table is the one you have to be a little bit more particular with because you can easily strip out screws if you don't do things the right way. All right, so let's get started with step one of putting together our little tables. Your first step is to put the short leg crosser into the legs. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. What you're going to do is you're going to have two of these pieces like this. And the best way I can say is to lay it so that you've got the screw hole facing you with the outside smooth with the indents right there. So that way you know when this side is smooth. So then what you're going to do is you're going to place the beveled edge going upward. So you're going to actually set that in there like that. So you can see it from this angle. You can see you've got a screw pocket here. Now, with these screws, let me say something. I've got this weird long extension, then I've got a long screw bit. The problem is you've got to be able to get down in there, and these screws, they suck. The heads on them are super soft and they will strip at the drop of a hat. So, a couple things. Normally I screw things in on number 2 on my drill. I've got it on 1, which is much slower, so I have less chance. All right, so with this, once I've got it lined up, I want to get good firm hold on this, get my screw gun down in here the right way, and then just kind of give it little pieces like that until my torque kicks in. The reason I want to do that in short bursts is if it starts to strip, I want to be able to feel it right away, and then I can stop because they don't give you extra screws. So they don't give you extra screws, and one of the screws got completely stripped out on my last thing that I was using, and I ended up having to use a screw that I could find in my own stuff, but it wasn't quite exactly the same. So make sure you get that correct. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to lay it down. Again, we've got it, the smooth stuff on the outside. You can see where the hole is. That will help you line it up in there. You've got this, the pocket hole for that screw pointing up towards you. We're going to drop our screw down in the hole. Get a good firm push on the screw with the drill, as well as holding it tightly with your hand. Okay, so now we've got that nice and snug in there. So now we have 2 of these put together. Our next step is to connect our long cross pieces, okay? And we're going to orient those the same way as the other with the bevel going up. However, when we put these in, we're only doing them to one side. We're going to put both of these in like this, and then we're going to stop because there's another step. All right, so as I put this in, I want to make sure my bevel is oriented up just like this other section, which means my screw hole is going to line up. I'm going to set my screw down into the hole. If I can get my big thumb to work here. And this one's got some kind, oh, that's weird. That is strange. Okay, so if you look at this, see that? They actually, this is a mess up. They did not drill the hole in the appropriate place. So, what we're going to have to do here is I'm going to have to set this on here. And I'm going to have my assistant hold this in place because I've got to hold the screw and this. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this because there is no pilot hole on this one. Okay, so that was better than nothing, but that's weird that pilot hole did not go through at all. And this one's not very good either. It's right on the very edge. Okay, so I guess sometimes the engineering process isn't perfect. So now what we're going to do, we're going to flip this around so I can get a better angle. I'm going to stick my screw in here and get it lined up in place. Using firm pressure with the drill, a little shot at a time. Make sure that that is solid. Now, the next step is to put the shelf in. You can see obviously there's a side up and then just a smooth side that goes down. Now, you would think that maybe the fatter legs would be the base on the bottom, but they're not. This is actually on the top. Remember I talked about this bevel? This puppy's going to go inside that bevel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it in here, kind of pull this one over gently, because those screws aren't the heavy dutyest. I don't want to pop that out. And then I'm going to gently push this until it lines up in there. So it lined up in there pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I've got to put the additional side that we've already got together on this end. Okay, so now I need to orient it to do such. Okay, so I'm going to lay it so that I can get to the screws from here on this side. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to line this up to get these legs in while not pushing on it too hard. And it goes in there pretty good. Just want to make sure that you have it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just double check it. Okay, see that looks pretty good there. Nothing's kind of out of the ordinary. Now I'm going to get my screw. Same thing as usual. Okay. And you can feel in there if you can keep it going to where it's going to hit the torque and go, or if you need to just stop shy of that because it's going to keep spinning. So just kind of make sure you're kind of feeling it as it goes in and stop before it's going to continue to spin. Okay. And that one I could tell that I needed to stop. All right, last step is for the top. If you look at the top, it's got two sides. It's got the beveled side, which is decorative, and then the underside where you can see where they've routed it out for where the legs are going to go. So what I'm going to do, put that face down. I'm going to take my table base, set it on first. Then I'm going to start working these legs into these holes, kind of one at a time to where they get in there. And then I may have to, once they seem like they're in there pretty good. One or two may pop out as you're starting to screw, and you might have to pop it back in just because there's a little bit of tension on them. So now, just like all the other screws, we're going to go into our screw pocket, our screw hole pocket. Okay. Now on this one, what I'm going to do one on that corner. I'll slide this around, and then I'm going to do one on the opposite corner. And now I'm going to screw in all of the legs, and we will be done. We got this one together. It took about 10 minutes roughly, and not too difficult. You just want to watch where those screws are and make sure everything's in the appropriate place while you're doing it. So if you follow the steps we did, you shouldn't have any problem at all. So now it looks like I've only got 4 or 5 more to go. We'll have it all done. These tables turned out really nice. And we have 6 chairs around this gas fireplace out here. So what we did is we set it up so that each set of 2 chairs can share one of the tables. So you have 2 chairs sharing that table on the far side, in the middle, and then right here with me. So you've got stuff you can set on top. You've got the place you can set down below. Remember, doing things yourself saves you money and allows you to be free. See you in the next project.